This is part 16 of The Link Between Worlds, and in this part, we're going to meet literally the dumbest man in all of Hyrule.
He really is the biggest idiot I think I've ever encountered in a Zelda game.
In any Zelda game.
And I just love, like, he's, what's his name? His name is the Runaway Item
Runaway
Seller.
Item
And that's
Salesman.
the name that he deserves, because he's a coward.
He absolutely is, and he will be spending more rupees to remain a coward, mind you. But
He's investing in cowardism.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a word or not, but...
Cowardice.
Oh, okay, Red. You don't have to show me up.
Now, in this part, other than meeting the idiot, we are going to be collecting a lot of rupees, which we've hit before is like an important thing in this game. You could go straight to get the Master Sword right now.
You could. And go in Inner Lorule. Actually,
yeah.
Like in Link to the Past, we'll talk about it when we get there. How many times have we said that?
We'll get there.
We find ourselves talking about something down the road. We're like, yeah, okay, we won't worry.
We're excited about this game. We get a little ahead of ourselves every now and then.
Now, these are items that I actually did not use, and actually we given one of these to the Runaway Item Seller here in a little while, but those two fruits right there, one does something in a dungeon. But
I think it returns you to the dungeon entrance.
Yeah, which you get to warp like halfway through the dungeon, so I mean, like, and I don't know, the other one is the foul fruit, and if you...
Does it stun every enemy on the screen?
I don't know if it stuns every enemy, but you're supposed to use it when you get surrounded by a lot of enemies. So
which doesn't have
it probably does something like that, or it stinks so bad they just end up running everywhere.
I don't know what it does.
I would say it probably stuns them. I would probably go with that, but like I said,
we never used it.
Didn't use it in the whole game, so...
I will say the Runaway Item Seller did have a good hiding spot there.
He did.
There's no crack in the wall, and even he goes.
His problem was he put 2 rocks right there. Yeah. He put 2 rocks, which if he's ever played any other Zelda game, which I don't know if they have the capability in Hyrule to actually play these Zelda games, but like. He should have known not to do that.
Yeah, that's like rolling out the welcome mat.
I'm going to block my door, but I'm going to put 2 stones right beside the wall that makes it look like a door's here.
Now, how in the world does he get in and out with that wall all blocked up? I don't see bombs for him.
He sealed himself up.
He did.
Which makes me wonder, like, how's this guy even living?
Well, that's why he needs the fruit from you.
No, he needs he needs the fruit
in the dungeon.
So he has the courage to enter. I hate this guy. He's making me upset just talking about him right now. Because, like, obviously, yes, he's a coward. He ran away from his wife because he spent all his money
family savings
on an apple.
And he says it was the best apple ever, which I guess
don't give a crap. I don't give a crap.
I wouldn't spend more than a couple bucks.
Oh, your wife didn't see things your way. I mean, come on, man. I mean, like, but like to do this, like to spend all your savings, like, you know, most men would go out and like try to get that money back. Yeah. This guy just seals himself up.
He even says, I went out for a lunch break and I just couldn't go back.
Never came back. Yeah. In his main cave.
Yeah.
Now
he needs a TV and a recliner in there.
This is really bothering me. Where did he get this rug at?
It's a pretty nice rug.
That is a huge rug, and I've not seen those kind of rugs for sale in any Zelda game.
No, definitely not.
It's like a heirloom from like Link to the Past or something.
I guess.
He had to steal that out of Hyrule Castle.
And now, and the whole point of all this, we had to spend what?
There is no point.
Well, no.
I mean, we get rupees. We get silver rupee.
I mean, this literally is a 2.5 minute waste of our lives.
Yeah, but yes, it is.
With the dumbest character in the history of Zelda.
I just love how he spends more money on fruit.
Fruit.
He wasted all his savings on fruit.
On an apple.
Yeah, and then like he spends what he has left on another fruit so he can hide longer.
And his whole thing is, I'm going to go hide in a dungeon, but I need something that I can like use to get out of the dungeon if I need to.
I feel so much better about myself right now.
I know.
After dealing with this guy.
I mean, I may not be the bravest or smartest person in the world, but I'm better than that guy. And I know that's setting the bar low.
No matter like what things I do bad in life, I can always come back and say, well, at least I didn't do it with the runaway item
seller. We are better than him, no matter what.
And now we're just on a rupee quest, really, until the next part when we'll go get the Master Sword in the next part.
We do load up here. We're going to hit, obviously, a lot of these freestanding rupees. We're also going to hit some of the rupee treasure chests that have, 50, 100, whatever.
And the reason I'm doing this, I just wanted to get the rupees here before I went to Lorule because I didn't want to keep on coming back and grabbing stuff from Hyrule. And I really... One complaint about this game is, and Link to the Past is the same way, I don't feel like we spend enough time in Hyrule.
We really
versus the second part of the game. And so, I wanted to get everything before I went to Lorule, but I also just wanted to spend some more time in Hyrule.
And I think that's, part of that is only having, 3 dungeons in the first half, then having 8 in the second, or 7, whatever it is.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Which is the same way, they do exactly the same way as Link to the Past. And I mean, I kind of wish they would have divided that up better. But you know what? If you think about it, we kind of had the same thing in like Ocarina of Time.
That's
we
true
had 3
too.
dungeons, and then like the last part had 5, 6 counting Ganon's castle.
Yep. I feel like that's kind of a common trend.
You know, I just like Hyrule because Hyrule's the more beautiful part. Like there's not
really
like a lot of things going on in Hyrule. It's not
that
peaceful, but it's still I hate that guy. But it's still very peaceful
relative to what's going on in Hyrule.
I want to spend some more time in Hyrule. I just did.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
And I wanted to get money.
Yeah,
I wanted to get some money.
See the sites, make some money. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong with any of that.
exactly. And we're touring right now. Instead of spending money, we're making money. Now,
we need to figure that out.
If I can go on a trip and actually make money, that'd be the way to go.
I know. This whole vacation, we end up racking up about 2,000 rupees by the time it's all said and done.
So talking about rupees, I kind of found myself like questioning this. Do we have a purple rupee in any other Zelda game?
I'm not 100% sure. I know we got one in the previous dungeon.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them.
How about a 300 rupee?
Yeah,
right
that gold rupee is sweet.
And not to go totally off the rails from what you were just talking about, but I liked how that gold rupee was where the ice rod is in Link's to the Past. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you know, there's nothing marking it there.
No, there's not
on that wall.
Same with Link to the Past.
Yep, and if you know that.
Well, when you enter that cave right there.
Oh, the one on the right.
Yeah, if you enter one on the right, you can see something on the left side right there. And Link to the Past actually did that the same way.
Now this right there, I thought you've heard me talk before how much I love like Irene the Witch. It was kind of a little bit of like a WTF kind of moment right there.
Yeah, exactly. Like where's she at? You know,
and she wasn't on it.
We'll find out later on in the game, obviously,
definitely
where she went. But
I was a little sad.
You know, I kind of did notice that first playing this game. I was like, what the heck happened to Irene?
And it doesn't happen until you beat that whichever dungeon you beat third.
It's one of those things. Like she's really she's not a very big character. No, but when that happens right there, you think, oh, she might actually have a bigger part later on in the game, which ends up happening.
And I don't think I thought like a whole lot of it the very first time I played, but then the more and more you warp, it just catches on more and more. Yeah, you just got so used to hearing her with all of
her banter,
sarcasm
and, stuff like
and comments.
She's got quite a bit of sarcasm.
She does, and obviously when you warp as much as we do, it repeats itself a little bit, of course. But
now here's one thing I have, bone I got to pick right here. You've seen the house from the outside.
Oh, yeah.
This house is not this big on the inside. That is impossible.
The only thing I can think of is the fact that it goes, we go way down.
Yeah, but that's still, the very first part. Look how wide that first part is where we enter on the same level.
Yeah, it looks like a little 4x4 block on the outside.
I know that scale, I know that's scale. I know that Zelda's not to scale.
No,
it's called Zelda. The game scale.
Yeah.
Scale
is not to scale.
I know everything's not to scale in Zelda. But this right here, I was like, but you know what? Absolutely love this puzzle.
This was one of my favorite rupee puzzle rooms. Just the way they used the merge here, I thought really took a lot of thinking because you end up dropping back to the lower blocks, which you almost never do.
This one, I mean, for being very early on in the game, which obviously we could enter this one as our Eastern Palace.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't.
No.
I don't know why, but we didn't. But, I remember being very confused. And, that part where you merge and then go back over and drop down.
Yes.
I just never... we hate backtracking.
Yeah.
That's not really backtracking. But
it feels like going backwards.
It's close enough to backtracking.
Yeah.
And I was just it took me a while to figure that one out.
And that one would probably be easier if you did it after you got the bar extended.
Wait a minute.
Your not magic meter.
Oh, your stamina bar?
Stamina bar.
Yeah, well, that's a lot.
But that's
a lot later in the game. So, the way we do it.
Yeah.
So, you have enough stamina right there.
Yep, as long as you're clever enough.
Really, stamina is not a problem right there. It's just figuring it out.
Yeah.
The good thing is, it's like you said, throughout this game, you've mentioned a couple times, when we drop, a lot of times it puts us back in the same place.
Thankfully.
And that does help in situations like that, when you're dropping into a bottomless pit.
Yep.
You kind of want to start on that block that you were on before that.
So I feel like some Zelda games, when you fall, it puts you all the way back into the entrance of the room.
Or the bottom level.
Or the bottom
level. Which is frustrating. But
thank God we didn't have that against the boss there at the House of Games.
Oh, yes, exactly. Or Mo Dorm, you can actually go down to the bottom level, but you just got to hit that hammer thing to go back up there.
Now I think we've gotten just about all the rupees we're going to get in this part, finally.
We'll maybe make our way to the Master Sword, actually, next part, won't we?
Yeah, we'll be heading back to the Lost Woods
in a few
minutes. This wraps up part 16 of A Link Between Worlds.